The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
All right, what up, what up, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. How you guys doing? At the end of the day, shout it, I'm good money. Now today, we got a special guest. We got Miss Erin in the building, and this is installment 3 of the dating pool definitely has P in it. So let me introduce my guest, Miss Erin. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, actually.
Okay, you said let's get it out the way. You said so like, what has been in your experience in the dating pool, like the good, the bad? You saying what's your experience been like?
Oh, I can't say it's been. I've had some terrible experiences, but I can't say it's all been terrible. Um, but it's not been good. I'll say that.
Okay, you
Especially
said.
since I took a hiatus,
Hmm.
so coming back into it, oh, I kind of regret it.
Okay, like what are some of like the horror stories that you've seen? Because we know it's because we got a lot of crazy people out here.
Oh my gosh! So I think the biggest horror story I've seen is guys not really being respectful. Like I know women can be very disrespectful, but it's like the respect level has gone down. It's like they figure that was grandma and grandpa's rules. Like we don't do that anymore. We do and say whatever we want to, and if you don't like it, get over yourself.
Mm. Now you said now like okay, do you think it's because of you said maybe their upbringing, or you said do you think that some of these men may be dealing with some unhealed traumas and they don't know how to convey that to a woman because they feel like if they convey that they might come off as weak.
I think it's both, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, like some of them I've actually met their parents, and I'm like, oh, okay. I see where you get this from, but the crazy part is they'll say, "I'm changing. I'm not like them," and you're walking in their footsteps plus 10.
Mm. Now you
But
said like,
then the ones that get hurt, it's like, tell me you've been hurt. Maybe you don't have to tell me your full experience, but just let me know, hey, my past relationships, they sucked, they hurt, she did this, she did that. Just give me a general overview so that way I know, maybe if I say this is gonna trigger something in you, but they
mm.
don't.
Well, you personally, you said if somebody were to come to you and basically sit there and say, "I have unhealed trauma," is that a red flag for you, or is that something depending on the vibe that you get that you can maybe you said try to help them cultivate getting through?
I think it's a pink flag. So it's kind of there. It's not quite waving, but I see it in the yard and it's
Mm,
like, okay, I'm definitely going to do my best to help. I am a woman, so that motherly instinct, that let me help you instinct, that nurturing instinct is definitely there. So, I'll do my best to help you. I'm not going to bring it up, all the time. So if you bring it up, I'll talk about it. I'll try my best to not necessarily tiptoe around it, but hey, let's figure out how to get this fixed.
okay. Now, for you, when it comes to dating, what is an absolute no-no that you're just not? I'm just not going to tolerate.
Any type of abuse. I've been in a couple of abusive relationships, so literally my mega red flag, skull and crossbones, is definitely how you talk to me. If you talk to me wrong, I'm out of there. Like I can't stay. I'm not giving you a second chance. Like I'll tell you, listen, watch how you talk to me. Baby, I'm not saying walk with kid gloves with me, but and then calling me a bitch, I hate that with a passion. And I'm just like, just be respectful. Talk to me like you would talk to your mom, and hopefully you talk to your mother nicely or your daughters. If you have daughters, hopefully you're talking to them nicely.
Right. Well, me personally, I have 5 children. 4 of them are girls. Please pray for
Oh,
me. It's all
wow.
it is all bad. I'm shocked. I'm not fully grown. You,
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll definitely pray for you and your wife. Oh my gosh. How
you,
old are they?
the ages are 20, just about 20, 18, 16, 9, and 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're in there. Woo. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely pray for you.
And another thing that's funny is just you said because when I met my wife, she had 3 beautiful daughters, and you said we've had a son and a daughter together. And everybody swore up and down that when we had a daughter together, you said, "Oh, that girl gonna have Tyrone wrapped around his," you said wrapped around her fingers. I was like, "No, the hell she ain't." She is. She is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
all bad.
yeah.
That's my pudding, though. You said
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how. Oh my gosh, girls become daddy girls. They really do.
it's crazy. Now, you said getting back into it. You said you mentioned about any type of abuse. Now it's trending right now, so we're gonna talk about it. And because if you walk with God, you said God tells you to forgive. But
Yes.
is there a time limit? You said we'll bring up the Diddy situation. Is there a time limit using that he can be forgiven, or is that just bruh?
I think, but for me personally, because I am a Christian and I definitely try my absolute best to walk by his words, I'll forgive you immediately. But I know I need to. So in my forgiving, now I have a choice. Am I going to forgive you and give you another chance? Or am I going to forgive you and say, okay, bye? Now go on about your way, but I've forgiven you. I'm not going to let this hurt me anymore and have a hold on me. Um, so there's not necessarily a time limit. I mean, they can be forgiven anytime, but there is a, mm, I definitely need to watch you. Like I said, the flags are staked in the ground for sure.
Okay, you said now, are you one of those type of people that you said, are you cutting Diddy all the way off, or can you separate the art from the artist?
I can separate the art from the artist. I definitely can. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm one of those when I was younger and I first saw P. Diddy, I was like, there's something about him. Mm-mm, it ain't right. And when we get older, we're going to find out. And sure enough, I'm like, see, told y'all. I told y'all.
Now,
But for me, it's kind of like R. Kelly. People look at me like, you listen to his music? I'm like, yeah, because his music is different from what he did.
mhm. You said okay. Now, a couple of years ago, they gave using the boxer Clarissa Shields flack for wanting to come out to World's Greatest, which is a phenomenal song, by the way. You said they were
Yes.
giving her flack because she wanted to come out to that song. You said like it's crazy because like social media could be such a dangerous place, and it's a cesspool of toxicity and negativity, and things like that. Now, and I'm bringing that up to sit there and bring up all the things you see on the internet. Is there anything that in particular that you see that could formulate an opinion in your mind when it comes to how men are today as they are perceived on the internet?
Um, hmm. I would have to say basically how they speak about women. That right there is okay. Yeah, this is how men feel, and it's sad to say I kind of do tend to put all the men in there until they prove, nope, I'm outside of this little bubble. But it's kind of like you see more and more of this is how I feel, like I said, she's my bitch or this and this bitch that and no she can't this and no she can't that and I don't trust her and very sexualized towards females. And
Mm,
it's like, well, if that's your only opinion of what we can do, but then you turn around and say in songs, I want somebody that can't just lay on their back. That's
mm,
not all I need. But that's all you're saying. That's all you're portraying, so it's like, which one is it? You can't tell me I don't want you just to have sex with me and then turn around and say, I want you to be my wife. I want you to be the mother of my kids. I want you this. But you just told me
mm.
this is all I want from you.
You said is that a discouraging feeling, or or are you still open to having the conversation and getting past that particular mindset, or I guess thought process, or saying something that somebody's putting out?
It is discouraging. But again, it's like I'm also one of those open and honest people. Like, where are you? What is your mindset? Let's just get that out the way right now. Let's just cut down to the raw nitty gritty. There's no point in us walking around with kids gloves. I'm in my 40s. I'm too old to play those games. Let's just put it out there right now. What are you looking for? What do you want? What have you done? Have you experienced good relationships? Have you experienced a relationship at all, or have you just kind of fallen into this is my sexual partner and oh now we've been together for a year, just kind of doing our thing, but I don't know, what that's what I'm trying to do right there. Let's just get it all out right now.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take a page out of my brother Lex Vegas, his book. My brother Lex Vegas, who also has a show on Redline Radio. Shout out to the guys over at Redline. He has a show that comes on every Thursday on Redline Radio. And he said that, what are you actually doing if you're engaged for 5 to 10 years? What is the point of that? He said, so like hearing
Ooh,
that, like, what is your opinion to that statement?
I think it's stupid, honestly,
Mhm.
because for me, it's like if he truly seriously, and I say he because the man is the head, so it's his decision. Yeah, you chose to be with him, but it's his decision to make things move forward or not,
Mhm.
or we're gonna stand still. So if he is okay with leaving it at where we are, I feel like he just gave you the ring just to kind of pacify you because you've been like, look, babe, I want to get married. I want to get married. I want to get okay. Here's your ring. There. Let me shut her up for a while.
Mhm.
She obviously happy with that, and then 15 years, if we still together, okay, fine, I'll marry you. It's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, you said it's another thing that's crazy. It's because you brought up the men being the head. The head. I'm seeing a lot on social media where women are taking matters into their own hands and proposing to the man, which me personally, I think is the most emasculating thing you could do to a man.
Yes, you might as well cut his balls off and hand them to him, like in front of everybody. Like, hey, look what I have.
It's like, oh my goodness. You said, look, what do you think is the catalyst that's propelling that action going forward?
Frustration,
Mhm.
and I don't want to wait. Like I said, I'm in my 40s, so it's like it's easy to be like, look, my clock is ticking. I don't know if I have forever. Where is my man? That financial help, stability, companionship. I'm tired of laying in the bed alone, or I'm tired of being in the bed with Johnny over here. I want my regular guy that I come home to. You know, I want my him.
Mhm.
And so it's like I'm gonna just do what I gotta do,
It-
which is wrong because now you have put him in the position to either say yes just to shut you up right now again, and then when you tell the story, what are you supposed to be like? Oh yeah, she proposed to me. She what? It's like so now you've taken all that away from him, and I get you're frustrated and you want to get it done and you want to hurry up, but it's like if you haven't had that conversation with him and feel him out, you can tell if your man is ready to get married or not, and he'll even say it. Just listen to what he's saying, watch his actions. If
Mhm.
he's not ready, then don't force it. Either stay with him or leave.
Okay, let's say that you were in the situation where you were engaged, and he's like, I love you. We can go to the courthouse. We don't have to do a big spectacle type deal. You know what I'm saying? Would that be something you would be okay with? Or you said, do you want you said the grandiose, you know what I'm saying, wedding?
Honestly, I want to just get married and have a big party with my family and our friends. Like, I'd rather do that. Because me personally, I think it's stupid. It's one day, it's one time, it's maybe 2, maybe 3 hours out your life,
Mm.
and you didn't spent 10, 15, $20,000 when we can put that towards a car, we can put that towards our house, we can put that towards the kids' college fund, we can put that towards vacations and everything else. Like, let's be realistic here. The courthouse is what, $20? Let's go down there. We're still married and we're still special. Tell mama bring the camera and take the pictures. We can still do all that and be
Okay,
fine.
absolutely. Now, you said me and my wife, we got married at the courthouse, and you said we actually got professional pictures done, and using everything like that, and we've been going together 9 years at this point. So
Yeah, my godmother went to Vegas. They went through the drive-through in Vegas, which
you.
everybody thinks is hilarious, but I thought that was the smartest thing she ever did.
Okay, you said that getting back to the dating side, we've been seeing on social media, you saying like the woman with the Cheesecake Factory lady. Now, you said the backstory on that was the guy set reservations to, I guess, like a five-star restaurant, but she took an hour to get ready, so ended up making them late to their reservations to the five-star restaurant. So he decided to pull up the Cheesecake Factory, and then she said, "Oh, I don't do chain restaurant." And then she said, I guess she felt the way because he decided to respectfully take her home. Now, you as a woman seeing something like that, you said, like, if you could talk to that woman right now, what would you say to her?
I would tell her, you literally are cutting off your blessings. You are like, it was your fault. You were late. It's like when a kid gets in trouble. You can't blame mama for beating your butt. You can't blame the teacher. You can't blame your friend, your sister. It was your actions that caused this catalyst. Had you been ready and waiting on him, you would have got the five-star restaurant. You would have gotten what you felt like you deserved. But that's your fault. And the fact that you are acting like a brat
Mhm.
definitely is not going to bring the right person along. And it's definitely not going to make him say, you know what, let me change my mind. Let me go ahead and go back and be like, look, this is why I did XYZ.
Mhm.
It's like, screw her, I'm done.
Right. Okay. Another thing that was like pretty big on social media was talking about these Division One athletes picking white women because white women are easier to deal with. That bothers me. And it bothers me because at the end of the day, you have retarded white people and you have retarded black people. Use this
Yes, yes.
to generalize all black women in that particular manner. To me, I think it's irresponsible and ill-informed.
I feel like it's a slap in their mother's faces. I
Mhm.
really do. Because it's like, okay, nine times out of 10, those black men that are doing that have black mothers. And
Mhm.
it's like, so what are you saying about your mama then? Because your mama raised you.
Mhm.
So, wow. And if you have sisters, they're black.
Mhm.
So you got black cousins. It's like you said, to generalize all females like that, that's so not true. It's so not true. And if you want a puppet, then get somebody that's way, way younger than you. Black, white, Hispanic, purple, blue, orange. Because then, yeah, you can mold them into what you want. They're still gonna act a little bit of a fool because they're young. But
Mhm.
if that's what you really want, get somebody that's way younger than you.
Right.
But if you're just trying to have a puppet just to say white people act like that, I got white aunties that act more ghetto than me. Like, so that statement right there is just definitely dumb.
Okay. Now, within you personally, you said it's like because I have this conversation a lot, and it's about the lashes, the wigs, the you said the BBLs, and in your opinion, do you think women are doing that for men, or do you think they're doing that for other women?
I think they're doing it for both. Look at me, I'm better, I'm this, but definitely I'm gonna catch my man because now I got a big butt. Now I'm all snatched up. Now I got the cum lashes on. Let's just put it out there. That's what those are for. So you letting them know this is what I'm down for. And you mad when you say I'm not, but
Mhm.
you're wearing it on your face. So there you are.
Right.
So I feel like they're doing it for both instead of themselves. Like Dolly Parton said, I did this for me. My husband just gets to enjoy what I look like, but I wanted to look like this for
Mhm.
me so I can be okay with me. Now, if you do it for that reason, cool. But doing it for the guys and all that, which most of them are, and most of them to show off to other females, it's absolutely ridiculous.
You said like me personally, I've never been into the peacocking type of woman. And for those that don't understand what peacocking is, it's basically the person that goes over the top to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like the animal, a peacock, when it spreads out its feathers, it's so it can be seen. It is because I think to me, I think it's corny. And then like, especially like because once you're in a relationship, yes, of course, both of you should look good for each other and presentable, and things like that. But I think you said as my woman, I think there should be some. You shouldn't be out here searching for attention when you got attention right here.
Exactly. Like they said, you should be a lady in the streets and a straight up absolute hoe in them sheets. Like I can show my man absolutely everything when we get home. This is it, baby. We going out. I'm looking good for my man, but everything don't need to be shown to everybody.
Mhm,
Your homeboys don't need to know what you got.
mhm. Okay, you said now another YouTuber that I watch from time to time is Funny Mike, and he does these little skits on TikTok and everything like that. And him and his girl went down to Jamaica, and he did a skit where I guess the Jamaicans were doing the thing where they rub your legs and your butt and all that stuff like that on the little raft thing like that. He was like, no, 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 that's my girl, that's my girl. I'm gonna do this. Like as a woman, say you and your man go to Jamaica and everything like that. Would that be something that you would want to partake in? You having another man rub on you in front of your man?
Um, uh, if it was a professional masseuse, then okay, and if he's comfortable with it. But if he's really not comfortable with it, then no. Because I would rather respect my man and my relationship than to do something that's just going to feel good. Because like he said, he can rub on me too.
Mm. Now, would you feel cheated that you did not get to partake in said activity because you're trying to be respectful? Is that something you might resent him for?
I might a little bit depending on because I know some places they do the full nude massages with the oil and everything, and and, a lot of those times they are men because they do the deep massages with them.
Mm,
So if he seriously, really, truly had a problem with that, then and he explained why, like not just I just don't want some man touching you. Well, he's a professional, you
mm,
know, because a woman is probably going to touch you. That's usually how they do it. So if it's just that, then we'd have to have a conversation about it. Like if you're just insecure, I'm not cheating. I'm getting a massage. I'm relaxing. Calm down. But if it's on that, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna feel cheated and I'm gonna feel some type of way. And I would probably just be like, you know what, me and my girls will go, you'll just never go with me ever again. And I'll go with my girls.
Okay, you said, well, okay, getting along with that, you said, say you're on the girls' trip and your girls decide to get a little wild, and you said they're doing things, even though they may have men, but you said we're on a girls' trip, so it's not going, nobody gonna find out about it, no way. You as a woman, how do you approach that situation, and then would you overindulge, you said, in the vacation because your man is not there?
Absolutely not. Because I wouldn't want him to do that to me. So I'm still going to be respectful of the fact that I have a man and, I'm not out here single. I'm not out here just able to do what I want to. I'm still going to remember I'm in a relationship.
Mhm.
And if that's what they choose to do, nine times out of 10, I'm going to be close to them. So I'm going to say something to them, on the side, like, are you serious? And if they choose to still do it, then hey, you still chose to do it. I said something, and then I can go find something else fun to do. Go sit on the beach and watch the sunset or anything other than that.
Right. Usually, because a lot of times they talk about on these girls' trips, and usually shit goes down, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Yeah.
I mean, hey, you saying it, do your thing, but to me personally, I think you said if you, especially if you're in a relationship, it should be respectful. Using whether it's the man going on a trip with his guys, which usually doesn't happen that often because it's usually using a girls' trip type deal.
Yeah.
But, I think both parties should definitely be you saying respectful. Now, what you say? How do you feel about couples trips?
I actually like them, especially if you are close with the couple. If it's somebody that's absolutely brand new,
Mhm,
let's hang out first because sometimes that can be tricky.
mhm,
But going with your man and his friend and you with her and all that, I think that's actually fun.
mhm. Now, you said my wife personally, she's one of those type of women. She does not like you said. She don't want another woman doing nothing for me at all. Cause I'll just bring up a story real quick. She had a friend. We called her $90 because she always needed to borrow $90 for whatever reason. So we just called her $90.
I figured that's funny.
Well, she happened to be at our house once, and she wanted to. She's like, "Girl, I got these world famous nachos that I make," which was just basically ground beef and Doritos, but that's neither here nor there. But she just so she went in the kitchen, made stuff like that or whatever, and The first person she brought a plate for was me. My wife lost her shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, boy, I thought it was gonna be a knockout, drag out in there. You said just
Yeah. Woo. Whose house were they in?
they were in my house.
Oh, oh my God. Oh,
It
we
was
would
all.
never speak again. We would never speak again. That would be the last time we'd ever speak, ever.
It was crazy because I always got a real bad vibe from her, and it was like I had my wife and one of her friends set up a birthday dinner for me. You said a few years back, and this girl she basically bogarted her way into coming to my birthday, even when I specifically asked my wife, I do not want her there. Well, you said, well, that's my friend, and so she let her come anyway. And of course, I'm just gonna get into the story like the night. She's right around my age. He's our age, and she decides to bring this 20-something-year-old kid, and we're at the bodega in Cleveland, which is a pretty upscale restaurant.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
You said like I walked out of there. I think I spent just shy of $300 for just my wife and I. You know what I'm saying? So this fool comes to there. He's eating Starburst at the table. He's and like we're dressed up, and he's like I said, he's eating Starburst at the table. Her friend is like googly eyeing me the entire time, and everybody at the table could see it, but my wife is trying not to see it, whatever. But it was funny. Then we decided we were going to go to a club. Well, he didn't have his ID with
Oh
him,
my gosh.
so he told this girl, he told $90. Well, let me take your car home so I can go home because I can't go to the club with y'all, and you can Uber. Yeah, of course, at the time we were living in Akron, so he was trying to get her to Uber from Cleveland to Akron.
On his dime or hers?
He's on her dime because he
Oh, no.
ended up having to pass him money under the table so he could pay his part of the bill.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
it was all bad. It was all bad. It is just. And it was just funny because she would always pick these guys who were younger that she would basically force herself on and use it like because was it the comedian Dion Cole was like some of you you said some of you ladies are forcing relationships on fellas.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you think about when you see women trying to force relationships on men and then they get mad when it doesn't work out?
Just wait. Like you need to wait because again, you can feel the situation out. You know if he's ready or not. Because I mean, a man has no problem opening his mouth and saying exactly what he wants.
Mhm.
If he wants to be with you, he will let you know. Like, yo, I'm trying to be with you. I'm digging you. I'm feeling you. You are it. Like, tell everybody else that's in your life that's been trying to holler at you. Sorry, I got you.
Mhm. Right. Okay. Now, something I actually saw this morning. You said was before we got on here was Cam Newton talking to Jess Hilarious, and you as a woman, can you have a guy friend that does not acknowledge your man?
Um, I would. Oh goodness, that's hard. Depending on how long we've been friends, but I'm definitely not going to allow him to disrespect my man. Like if you don't acknowledge him, like then we're really gonna have to have a maybe we can talk every 6 months or something, but you can't disrespect him. Like that's not cool.
Well, you said was in context. What you said, what they were saying was if your guy friend does not acknowledge your man, he's just waiting for your man to fuck up so he can get that spot.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like it's disrespectful. And I'd be like, no, like you're not gonna do that. Like and if you honestly, if you can't acknowledge him, you won't acknowledge him. That because I would never do that to their woman. Like then I just like I said, we can maybe speak every 6 months, every how depending on how long we've known each other. If we haven't known each other that long, then hey, bye.
Right. Now, I don't know if you watch Country Wayne, the little skits on YouTube, and then you see him on
Yes.
Facebook all the time. And it's just like, okay. let's say your man has you said a best friend that he went to college with, and she is drop dead gorgeous. Would you be comfortable with them spending time together, even though they say they're just best friends? How long would it be before you be comfortable, you said, with them to continue in their friendship? If you, let's say, like I said, because you're beautiful by the way as well, but you said like you say
Thank
like
you.
to you, you feel like she is like drop dead gorgeous, and would you, for one, would you feel threatened by you saying her beauty, and would you be okay with them continuing their friendship?
I guess it just depends on the history. If you've only been friends, or if you've had sexual experience and now this is just my brother, my best friend. It just depends on that. And if you're honest about it. If you're honest with me, yo, look, we did sleep together in college, but we decided this ain't it. We just friends. We better off as friends, blah, blah, blah. Nothing else is going to happen. It just depends on that, and it also depends on her respect level too. If you are not speaking to me, like the guy not acknowledging my man, if you're not going to acknowledge me, if you're going to be rude and disrespectful to me, then no, you got to go. But if you're acknowledging me and everything is cool, then fine, because I actually have a male best friend, and I tell every person I talk to, he will never go anywhere ever.
Mm. Now you said with that, how do you see it? Okay, how would you approach the conversation if you felt like she wasn't acknowledging you? How would you approach that conversation with your man?
um Baby, listen, I really feel like Tina is disrespecting me because she's not speaking to me. She comes in the house, she barely says hello. She's all about you, which I know she's your best friend. I know y'all have known each other for years. I know y'all got your little inside quirks and all that. And I'm cool with that. But the fact that she doesn't respect me, that's not okay. And I feel like you need to say something. And if you're not willing to say something, then I'm going to say something. And I'm just going to let you know you're not going to like what I have to say. And I'm not going to say it in a respectful way. So you handle it, or I'm gonna handle it. And once I handle it, just know y'all done.
Mm. Okay, now yeah, before we move on, I'm going to rebut that a little bit. As you said, look, let's say it's you and I. Oh, babe, come on, you just chill out. That's the homie, man. You said it's not even like that. I think you're reading too much into it.
Okay, the fact that you think I'm reading too much into it, that's fine. But know that I'm telling you how I feel. And if you are not gonna do something about it, then don't worry about it. I'll do something about it. You don't have to see it, but I'm telling you, as your woman, this is what I'm seeing.
Okay. It, I like that response, by the way. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, what do you think about you saying women, a lot of women these days, I'm not going to say all, you said there's a group of women that refuse to take accountability for anything. It's just like, and we know, and we said when it comes to women, a lot of women, accountability is a no-no word.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of them. Yeah,
And men too, by the way, but you just, it's like,
true.
how important is accountability to you?
Um, Very important. Very. Because okay, so take my two abusive relationships. I saw the flags when it happened. Like, the one, it was actually the night before the actual physical abuse started. And I was like, ooh, I should say something. And I should have left, but I didn't. I was like, okay, everything will be all right. It'll be fine. You just kind of try to pacify. And maybe he's a little upset. He had a bad day. Hmm. Then took it out on me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I definitely know I should have left. I should have said something in the first place. So it's very important to take accountability, because I could easily say, oh my God, I've been in abusive relationships and he this and he that and he. Okay, but what are you doing? What did you see that you ignored?
Mhm. Now, you saying in relationships, a lot of times you have women and men using, but we're going to, for the sake of argument, we're going to say women who have the, you saying the revolving door policy. You said, and where they'll get on the phone and then tell using their friends that he's doing this, he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's abusive, he's mean, he doesn't listen, blah 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 blah. But then expect when their friends come around or when their families come around to treat him like nothing's going
To
on.
love on him, yeah, yeah. I
Is that
think that's absolutely stupid.
so? That's not something you could do.
Um, no, like, okay, so I feel like everybody should have that one best friend. I don't feel like it should be a necessarily the man that you're telling if he's your best friend.
Mhm.
um, because you already know how he feels about you, and you already know that your situation can get very sticky. And now you're in a situation where you sitting in front of the police, like, I didn't mean for my best friend to kill him. Like I was just telling him what was going on. Now he's dead.
Right.
So I do feel like it's okay to have that one person. It can't be your mama because you already know your mama is not gonna play that, and she ain't gonna let your sister sit up there and be nice to him because she can be like, no, don't do that. So it can't be your mama. It can't. I don't. It can't even necessarily be your sister because your sister's gonna feel the same way too. And she's never gonna look at him. Even if the situation ever got better, she's never gonna look at him like, "Oh, I love my brother-in-law." She will look at him like, "Oh no, never. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop." So that one friend that's outside of family, I feel like yeah, you can tell, but it needs to be in the context of, girl, I'm talking to you because I need an outlet. And I
Mm.
understand if you can never look at him the same way. Just when you see him, please try not to show it on your face. Try not to, because I understand I'm telling you some deep stuff, and you're my confidant here, because I need my family to see him however they're going to see him, the face that he's putting on. But I really need to get this out.
Now you said, with that being said, we know certain people they wear their emotions like using on their sleeve and using they and they're gonna say something regardless. You could sit there and say 900 times, you say, "Yo," you saying, "I'm telling you this, blah 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 blah." But I need you to, you saying, you said be my rider, and you said just still be okay until you decide to leave this. But you also have those friends who, as soon as they see him, they going in. How do you check your friend and defend your man at the same time?
Whew, that's a hard one, but it is possible. Because I feel like in checking your friend is not, I'm checking my friend because she's talking to my man. Now I get to say, girl, did not talk to you in confidence, did not ask you not to, blah blah blah, XYZ. And if you felt like you needed to say something, then you shouldn't have came over here. That's how I can check her on that one, because I get it. If my friend's man is doing some stuff, depending on what it is, I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut either. So then I'm gonna have to say, girl, I just can't come over. I can't, because I know I'm gonna say something.
Mhm.
And him, I'm gonna check him, especially if he's saying something to her, because first off, she's a woman, and I get she may be saying something. Unless she's putting her hands on you, just shut up, walk away.
Okay, now, okay, we're gonna go back into the scenario like we did earlier. Okay, the friend then said something to me, and trying to figure out how I can word this. You said the friend said something to me, and I'm like, okay, now if you said, this is just theoretical. I just want you to respond
Yeah.
how you said how I come back at you. You said, oh, you telling this bitch all my business? You know what I'm saying? You telling this bitch all my business? That's what you doing out here in these streets? Fuck going on with you?
Honestly, if you really want to know, yes, she knows a lot about what goes on. She really does. I needed somebody to talk to. I can't talk to you about what you're doing because you're not going to respond the right way, because look how you acting right now. So yes, I talked to her, and yes, she knows a lot more than you want her to know, but she's the only one. And if you have a problem with that, you knew she was my girl when you met her. I told you that.
So that's what we doing now. We just putting business out in the street. Now, if I sat there and said, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck you doing? You have a motherfucking problem with, but now you got this bitch in my face in my house, man. What the fuck?
Listen, if you need to talk to somebody about me, which I'm sure you're doing anyway, go ahead and go talk to them. And if you feel like you need to dog me because you already dogging me in the house anyway, go ahead and do what you want to do. Because guess what? I'm not keeping my mouth shut when it comes to her and you.
Okay, I like that. Okay. And you said that's why I do my interviews the way I do them. That's why I don't just have questions set, because I actually want genuine conversation, reactions, and things like that. And you said I'm digging this. Now you said before we move on, you said I don't know if you see this little guy right here. This is little Dub.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? As you see, I got Dub everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But yes. You said this guy comes courtesy of CIA Customs. Holla at Denver Morales on Facebook. He'll get you right. He ain't gonna look as cool as little Dub, but you know what I'm saying? He'll get you right. That's, now, I see a lot on the internet. You said it. How do you personally feel about unsolicited dick pics?
I literally was just talking to one of my guy friends about this. So there is this 50-year-old, which I find to be absolutely hilarious that you were this old doing this, but he's 50 years old. Randomly, he sent me a dick pic, and I'm like, with the caption, "You need to come take care of this." What? I literally was like, okay. So on my profile, I specifically wrote it on there at the very bottom. It's two things that I put down there that I was like, if you read my profile, you'll see it. And this is how I know you're not reading my profile because of what you just did.
Mm,
I put on there, I'm not having sex with you and you're not coming over.
mm,
It's like they completely skip over those two lines right there, or they find it to be a challenge.
mm.
And then all of a sudden, dick pics come. I feel like it's absolutely stupid because it's like, I didn't ask for this. And now you've set the precedence for this is only what I want from you.
Mm.
I don't want to date you. I don't see us moving forward. We're not going out. We ain't hanging out with your friends. We're not hanging out with my friends. I just want you in the sheets, and that's it.
Mm. Okay, now as a friend, okay, because I hear about this all the time too. Okay, let's say one of your homegirls is messing with somebody, and they're one of those type of friends that overshare. What is your reaction when using a dick that's not using your man comes in the group chat?
I have that happen all the time. All the time. And literally, I will bust out laughing and then comment on it because I'm like, hey, you put it out there. So if you don't like what I have to say about it, then you shouldn't have showed me.
Right. Now, how do you handle using your friends that may overshare? We say how big he is, how long he lasts, this, that, you said, or what, how their sexual experiences in the bed. Because I think, to me personally, I think that should stay private. You said because then you cannot get mad if you said one of your maybe not as fully loyal friends decides to try that man.
Yes, that's not you trying to jump on. Yeah, I honestly feel like there's certain things I won't share. Now, if okay, when I was younger, I had my little boy toys. Oh, I'll tell you about him all day long because whatever. Now you want to try him, go ahead and try him. You're on to the next. But if he's specifically my man, you will know absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If anything, you're gonna swear he don't have anything. We don't touch, we don't do nothing. Because I'm not telling you anything.
Okay, you saying like I preface and reference my brother Lex Vegas a lot using in my shows because actually he's the one that actually got me into podcasting. You know, so I definitely give him all his kudos for that. Shout out to my brother Lex Vegas. Now, let's say you and I we've been in a relationship and we break up. You said at this point since we're broken up, I should be able to fuck your friends.
Mm, I feel like that's still a no-fly zone. And because again, one of my really close friends, I consider a sister friend, we actually talked about this.
Hmm.
So there is a friend that expressed sexual interest in me. At one point, I did have sexual interest in him. And no lie, if he hadn't been with my friend, I would have. But because of that, I was like, you're on the no fly zone. And the only way you come off the no fly zone is if she is seriously cool with it. But even at that, I'm not going to do the one and done with you. The only way I would even approach you coming off the no fly zone is if you were serious about trying to talk to me and I'm serious about trying to talk to you. Other than that, sorry, you're done.
I'm glad that you said serious about talking because at the end of the day, just because you and I didn't work out, you say it doesn't mean I couldn't be your friends forever thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think these are good because a lot of women are very territorial and will and Oh, just like you said, put that person on the no fly zone. You saying it's like you as a friend, and one of your friends came to you about a guy. You saying and they wanted to you saying to feel him. How do you address that situation? Well, how do you take the emotions and the feelings out of it to address that conversation?
This is funny. I've had that actually happen too, and she wanted to know more than I felt like she should have known. So I just told her, listen, it didn't work out with us, obviously, and it didn't work out for our reasons. You know, he wasn't abusive, he wasn't cheating on me, so it wasn't stuff like that. It just didn't work out. Um, and I mean, we're cool, but we know we can't be together. Now, if you want to, be with him, go ahead. These are the good points I will tell you about him, and this is, I'll give you some hints about what he likes in the kitchen. But other than that, I'm not telling you the positions that he likes. I'm not telling you how he likes to kiss or that he doesn't like. I'm not telling you any of that. I'm not even going to tell you the bad stuff, that the things that he's opened up to me about his mom and his daddy, his brother, his sister, so I'm not telling you that stuff because I'm gonna let him do that. He may or may not choose to share that with you. So I'm not gonna taint the pool before you actually get into it.
Right. Now you said the comedian D. Ray Davis. He's like he was basically saying about men being careful. He's telling women everything. And he's because he said it basically the setup of the joke was like he was walking out of the club into the parking lot and he saw a man and a woman arguing and the woman goes, well, next time you want to kill yourself, why don't you call another bitch then?
That is so crazy. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, and
So
honestly, I feel so bad for him when that happens.
now we see this all the time. You said when it comes to social media, it's like okay, you as a woman, you said, and you have a man, and he's a social media influencer, or you say, or is real heavy on social media. Are you the type that's looking in those comments and looking through those likes to see who's liking your man's post?
No, because like so no.
Oh,
Unless he specifically says, "Babe, come look at this."
mm,
Like I'm not doing all that. I don't have time for all that. I got more stuff to do in my life than that.
mm. It's crazy because when I met my wife, we met in 2012, and it was funny because I had Facebook since 2008. So there's a lot of stuff I posted from 2008 to 2012.
Yeah, yeah.
This mofo went from she went back to my first post on Facebook. You didn't look it up. You did through stuff. I mean, went through everything. And you said
I
at the
mean,
time I
okay,
thought,
so I don't I could read it, because I would want to know like what were you saying and blah 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 all that, but I'm not checking because I'm insecure.
mm. And you said,
And I'm not saying
from
that she is. I'm not saying that.
her perspective, she was basically okay. If I'm gonna really take the time to get to know this guy, I want to know what this guy's like off the cuff. You said like,
Yeah. Now that I understand. Yeah. I definitely understand that.
and it's just it's funny to me because he's like, dude, I got married when I was it, 22. He said to my
Mm.
first wife, and that he said it was a decent relationship. Actually, no, it was bad. It was bad.
I was gonna say your face is not saying that's good.
It was bad. It was we were both young, and you said she's one of those type of people that needed attention. So was literally give herself to anybody that would pay her attention.
Mm.
And when I asked her why, because I worked too much. I was literally doing 16-hour days. I was working for Coca-Cola at the time. He said that she had no problem spending the money, but was mad that I worked too much.
Right.
As a woman, you said you have to you said be cognizant of your man. You said like you're either going to get you said a man with a lot of money but no time, or a man with no money but a lot of time.
Yeah.
Which is like We as men, we have to be able to find a balance between the two, using to make sure the time that we are home is using quality time, but using at the end of the day, if we're out here checking the bag, let's say you meet a guy today and his source of income is streaming on the internet. So he's literally playing video games or going live all day, and this is how he makes his money. Now, what would you do as his woman to balance using what he's doing, making money, and y'all spending time together?
Um, if he was a social media influencer, then I would ask him, can you get on earlier? And then that way you can get off a little bit earlier so we have time to hang out, regular dinner time. And, we don't have to have 7, 8 hours together, spending together, but just a dinner, a movie,
Mm,
something, and I would plan it. I wouldn't necessarily leave it all up to him, or I would give him choices. Hey, pick one of these, and I'm just letting you know now, Friday, I don't care what you got going on, or Thursday, I would pick a day that is not necessarily busy to social media influencers. Maybe a
mm,
Tuesday. That might be our day that we go out. It's weird to other people, but for us, it works.
mm. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a scenario because I watch a lot of reaction channels using on YouTube and everything, and what's been pretty big in the news is the Drake and the Kendrick Lamar beef. Let's say
Hmm.
you and your man are on a date, you're in the movies. His phone starts going crazy because Kendrick just dropped a new disc. He wants to cut the date short so he can go home and do a reaction to this new Kendrick Lamar disc. How are you taking that?
Gosh, I'm not gonna lie, I would be upset. And I would ask him, do you have to do that now? Like, can't you wait? I get it, this is your job and this is what you want to do. Can't you wait? Or why can't you wait? What is it gonna make that big of a difference?
Mm,
Again, communication. And if he says yes and this is why, blah blah blah, then okay, let's go.
okay.
Or you go and I'm gonna stay here and watch this movie because we didn't pay for it and I really want to see it. And we can see it again later with you when you're available.
Mm. You see, that's one of the things that's tricky about social media. Just like now, let's say you're the influencer and you constantly get using products to review and things like that, and your man wants your time. How do you using handle that situation on the inverse of how we started with using the man being the influencer?
Um Again, I would try to do it times where maybe he's at work, or hey, I'm still gonna be working when you get home, but I'll only do maybe 2 hours. Is that okay with you? That way we still have time together. Dinner's done. I'm not gonna make you wait and all that. Everything is done. House is clean. Everything is fine.
Mm,
But this is my job. So I'm still working. So are you okay with me working XYZ times? And yes, there are going to be times where just know that I'm not going to be available because I have to do this at this certain time. Maybe Walmart sent me some pants and they specifically said between the hours of 3 and 5. So I'm not available because that's what they want.
mm. Okay, now we got a few more questions before we get out of here. Now, a lot of people go through with the trends on the internet, and you saying like a lot of times it'll be couple stuff. Now you saying you got your thing going on, but you starting to see that people are kind of shifting away from your particular content that's by yourself and alone, and shifting more into couples. You saying areas. First question is, how would you saying approach you saying trying to bring your man into your content, and then how do you move accordingly if he's reluctant to get on camera?
Um, if he I would ask him to be on, depending on what the product is, and
Mm,
try it. And if he is reluctant, then I would maybe do some practice runs, just me and him. So, and then let him see this is what you look like on camera. Try to get him comfortable. Maybe here, show it to your mom, show it to your homeboys, see how they feel about you. What are their opinions before I post it. Just try to get his nerves to be okay. But if he's just absolutely dead set on, I'm not doing this, then oh, well, trend or no trend, trends come in, trends go. So
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're gonna end it on a light note. You said first of all, we can say like, what is it that you are looking for, and you said what are some of the red flags that you said are just stay away from me, other than the abuser that you brought up earlier.
okay, so I'll do the red flags first. The red flag, absolute for sure, is I can't stand this statement when they're the let us help each other. Baby girl, let me help you and you help me. Okay, so you need help? Because in a relationship, I feel like, you definitely become one once you're married,
Mm.
and what's yours is mine, and we'll make it work out. But if you coming into it talking about let's do that, then mm, I feel like I'm going to get the short end of the stick and I'm going to be the one helping both of us out. So that right there, definitely a red flag, giant, skull and crossbones. Boom, don't do it. I would say the next one is if you have children and you tell me that you personally have not seen them, that you personally are not trying to make things work out with your baby's mother, and you are just, it's you basically. You're telling me all this, and it's like, okay, but communication, I get it. Why haven't you taken her to court? There's options out there. If you really want to see your baby, why haven't you chosen to take her out? There's plenty of men's initiatives out there now. So I feel like, why haven't you taken those steps? Yeah, she may be acting crazy, but you have responsibilities too. So I feel like that's another giant red flag for me because no, I feel like you're not going to take care of your responsibilities with us at home because you're going to get mad or whatever. So
Right.
those two I think would be the biggest for me. And if your mother's still alive, how you speak to her. I want to meet your mother. And if I hear conversations and you are not respectful, oh, you're definitely not going to respect me. So, or my mother.
Right.
So those definitely are giant red flags for me. Um, what I'm looking for is a partner. I want my perfect guy for me. I know not everybody is perfect and all that. Everybody has a past, everybody's done something. But if you are genuinely trying to change and making those steps to get yourself better, like I'm okay with a dad bod. I don't like the gym bods. And the reason I don't like the gym bods is because 9 times out of 10, they're going to stay in the gym and they're not taking me, they in there all the time. And it's like, I want to hang out with you. Like, I want to, oh, baby, no, I can only eat my chicken and rice and I'm going over here. I don't want to have to cook chicken and rice 1,200 days a year. So I don't necessarily want that. I don't mind if you want to take care of yourself. I want you to. And, I don't mind if you go to the gym. I don't even mind if you got a gym in the house, just don't make it your 100%. So I don't mind the dad bods. I don't even mind if your credit isn't all the way together. Just, I want someone that's genuinely working on bettering themselves. I don't have to have the king or the millionaire right here, right now.
Mm.
Now, if you're 60 coming at me, yeah, why are you still down here and still trying to get your life together? Come on now, sir. That's not working for me. But I get it if you're in your 40s, if you're in your late 30s and you're still trying to get there, okay, as long as you're making progress. So I want my perfect guy for me. Somebody that's respectful, someone that's genuine, honest. Honesty is, and they have to be able to communicate. Don't just be one of those, I can only talk to you if I text you, but I don't know how to say it and verbalize it. Like, I need you to be able to honestly talk to me, tell me what you want, tell me what you need. If I'm doing something that you don't like, don't be one of those fly off the handle guys and now you yelling and screaming or giving me the silent treatment. Tell me, babe, you hurt my feelings. It's as
Mhm.
simple as that, and this is why. So I want that. I want someone that's honest. I want somebody that's respectful. I want somebody that's literally genuinely trying and making those conscious choices to get themselves together and keep themselves together. And Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, now did you have any social media that you wanted to share that so people, if they wanted to reach out to you, they can get in contact with you?
My name is Erin Patrice, and I'm a purple butterfly on Facebook, and that's it.
Okay, there you go. Now, with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Without further ado, I love you, Little Dub loves you, Miss Erin loves you. We out of here, man. Peace.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.